when you describe an X-ray, just say what it is, okay? Because sometimes you try to see it is written on soft tissue neck AP, okay? Spine, soft tissue neck, lateral. Ideally, we are supposed to close this. We are not able to see it. So this is X-ray of the neck, okay? Basically, you can see this. This is a trachea, okay? This trachea is deviated over here, right? And here you can see this soft tissue swelling, okay? So probably this deviation of the trachea is because of the same thyroid. Got it?
Yes.
Enlarged thyroid gland. All of you got that?
Yes.
So this is one of the X-rays. Then
Dia simpan siap-siap Bagus tu.
you have to learn to describe X-rays, talk, okay? This is an X-ray of the foot, okay? Sorry. See, it's right. So this is right? So it is written as right foot. You got it?
Yes.
So this is foot, this is AP, and this is an oblique view. Okay. So X-ray of the foot, AP in oblique view. Now what can you see in this particular X-ray? Okay.
The phalanges, the distal phalanges destroyed.
So this is classically the hammer, this thing toe deformity. Okay, that we see in patients with peripheral neuropathy, intrinsic minus foot. Okay, that is none other two. You can see in both these cases there is a subluxation of the metatarsophalangeal joints. Okay, involving which toes you should know which are the toes. Okay, this is one toe, which is what first thing you see, that there is an amputation of the first great toe. Okay, it has been amputated or rather disarticulated at the metatarsophalangeal joints. Okay. It's not metatarsal, it's metatarsal joint, right? Yes. Sorry. This is metatarsal, this thing, phalangeal joint. This is phalanx number 1, number 2, and number 3. Agreed? Yes. So this is the longer phalanx, and then this is a shorter ones. Okay. Here you get the metatarsal head. This is the head. Okay. So there is basically hammer toe deformity, there is subluxation of the joints, there is a amputation of the first great toe, okay, and basically you can see that this particular bones, the tarsal bones, they are osteoporotic, okay, so this is it. And overall you can see a complete soft tissue swelling. So this is classically an example of a Charcot's joint.
Charcot's
Okay,
joint.
you got it, or Charcot's foot. Yes. All of you got that?
Yes.
So this is tarso-metatarsal, this is metatarsophalangeal. Got this, no? Yeah? And these are the phalanges, 1, 2 phalanges. This, at the metatarsophalangeal joint, there is basically hammer toe deformity with subluxation. Okay? Okay, so this is an erect abdomen, standing position, okay, where you can see multiple gas fluid levels, right?
Yes.
Okay, and at the same time you can see gas shadows in what are the intestines. This is the ileum. Okay, this is the concertina pattern of the jejunum. You can see some fecal matter over here. This is the large bowel, and there is gas going right down into the pelvis. Okay, so most likely this is a patient with adynamic intestinal obstruction, I guess, because you can see gas right down into the pelvis. If there is an obstruction, in one of the intestines, you won't get gas going so low down into the pelvis. All of you got that?
Yes.
Okay. So this is ileus, adynamic obstruction. Then this is again an X-ray of the abdomen, okay, which is showing basically dilated loops. Okay, classically you can see the concertina pattern of the jejunum. Okay, so it is basically dilated jejunal loops. Probably here also this could be ileum, can't make out, but this is definitely concertina pattern of the jejunum, showing classically seen in a patient with small bowel obstruction. Okay, involving basically the upper small bowel, the higher small bowel. Okay, most likely the jejunum. Okay, because you are not seeing any ileum. Got it?
Yes.
So then I have lots of questions. If you go, intestinal obstruction has not been taught to you people. So, this thing. But see, whenever there is a high obstruction, okay, or why is it that you're not seeing fluid levels? So many fluid levels in this particular patient is because this is early obstruction. When the obstruction is early, you won't see fluid levels. Okay, only when the obstruction takes some time to develop, and after some time after it is developed, after some time if you take an X-ray, you'll see multiple fluid levels. Okay, so it takes some time for the air and the gas shadows to separate out. Got it? So that is how you can. Such questions can be asked. Okay, so you should be able to answer them. Then. Okay. This particular X-ray is a very bad quality X-ray. Okay, but you can see basically this is after 45 minutes of injecting dye. This is an intravenous pyelogram. Okay, you can see that there is dye in the bladder very well. Okay, but you can also see that in this right side the kidney is not visualized at all, but the left side kidney is still filled with dye. Okay, so that means there is some obstruction. Probably on the left side, it is the kidney is filled with dye. The urine is not passing out. Okay, so there is some obstruction on this particular side. Like this is even the kidney appears quite big in size. This could be a hydronephrosis. Okay, probably due to an obstruction. So that is it. But urology, X-rays are going to be by Dr. Desai. So he has taught me renal stones. So you can see over here, you can see a catheter which is going into the kidney. This is the kidney shadow over here. Okay, you can see the shadow?
Yes.
And you can see radio opaque shadow in the line of the catheter that is in the ureter.
Yeah.
Okay, and you can see another radio opaque shadow in the region of the kidney. Okay, these are basically renal stones.
Renal stone.
Yeah. So he has taught you everything about renal stones. So there will be questions which are asked on that. Understood now? This picture X-ray is better basically for the areas. You can see this, I have shown you this last time. This is how the hostrations of a large bowel appear here, okay, classically. Then this is the small bowel, there is jejunal concertina pattern. You can see this concertina pattern? Okay, so this is how you identify the various bowels. And ileum will be featureless, but you are not seeing much of ileum. This is a very badly prepared yeah, there's also jejunum. You can see the jejunum. This is normal. Okay, there is a lot of gas shadow. There are no fluid levels. You can see there are no fluid levels. This is normal because you see they are not, the intestines are not very distended also.
Yes.
Okay? The thing is, this is not a properly prepared KUV. Okay, that's why you're seeing so many gas shadows. This should not be there at all. No gas shadow should be there.
Okay.
So, but this X-ray is basically, I'm not going to keep this in the exams. This is to teach you what is concertina pattern, what is hostrations and all that. Okay. So this won't be there in the exam. It's a very bad X-ray. Okay, so these are some of the X-rays which I'll definitely keep. This is a barium mill follow through. There is no abnormality in this barium mill. So I'm not going to ask you much questions on this. Only thing you should know what are this. See, this is how the small bowel appears, the jejunum. Sorry, we start from here. Okay, this is the stomach. You can see this is the esophagus.
Yes.
This is the gastroesophagus junction. Okay, this will be the stomach. Okay, and this is your this thing concertina patterns over here. Okay, on the jejunum.
Okay.
But then again, this X-ray is just a teaching, so it is not an exam X-ray. So these are simple things.